It's the day after. I'm going to recap the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. Where do I begin with this game? Well, first off, we lost in overtime, 23-20. A game in which we had won multiple occasions, and we just simply blew it. It was so heartbreaking, just so disappointing. As soon as we couldn't convert that 4th and 2, I knew it was game over because you can't keep expecting this defense to stop them every drive, okay? I'm going to review this, recap it, and, let's begin with the offense. Quite frankly, I was pretty pleased with what the plan was and the snaps and throws, what they had with Vic. He fulfilled his role of the game-managing type role they gave him to have. No turnovers. He threw the ball pretty efficiently. Took what he had. Threw a deep pass, but it was incomplete. Made some pretty decent throws. And simply just did what he was asked to do, which was get the first down when you can run and get them, and pass the reads that you're getting. I don't put the blame on him at all, other than the fact that he didn't complete that 4th and 2 throw with Brown wide open, and Vic just didn't make the throw. But at the same time, what are you doing passing on 4th and 2? We know the line is stacked. We know the line of scrimmage is stacked, okay? But when you had the best running back, arguably the best running back in the league, you dump it off or a screen pass or have him go out, split slot area, do a quick pass, or you hand it off to him and let him get that 2 yards. The play calling in the second half was just not good, quite frankly. The line broke down. Vic held on to the ball for like 10 seconds sometimes, and we get sacked. It was just a bad second half. The offense, Bell was a beast. I don't think they gave him the ball enough, honestly. I know he had 22 carries, but in certain circumstances, they would do play action on first down, and I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I know the defense knows. The defense knew that Bell was getting the ball, but the question is, can they stop it? Bell doesn't get stopped easily, Unless you have him fully contained and contracted in a spot, he's going to find something, okay? So I don't agree with the 4th down calls. I mean, you throw it twice to Brown, and there's no chemistry between those two, so I really don't understand those two plays. There was a 4th-and-1 or a 4th-and-whatever where they had a pick play where the slot goes to the side, then the receiver on the outside goes inside. I mean, that play works, but why are you doing that on 4th-and-1 when you have Bell? Why? I do not understand. You could have had D'Angelo back. Any of them would have worked. If you can't get 1 yard, then you deserve to lose. But at least try to run it. I don't understand that. So, the offense, I thought, played pretty well. Hayward Bays becoming a pretty good receiver. He can fill in pretty well, but Bryant brings a huge play, a dynamic for sure, and I'll be happy to see him next Monday night. That's going to be great to see him come back because he adds a complete new element, his height, speed, and his abilities. And in preseason, him and Vic had a pretty good chemistry, A to B type of chemistry. They did pretty well. So I think those two will be good in rhythm. I think that'll allow Vic to throw the deep ball, and I think that's probably gonna help. That's probably what's gonna help us beat San Diego because I think we'll beat them personally. But if Ben was in this game, no doubt we would have killed him. Reason being, the defense played great. They played. That's the best I've seen them play in a while. It's been a while, probably since the Kansas City game. It's been that long since they played that good. So, Let me talk about the defense then. 5 sacks, 14 sacks on the year in 4 games. This is there. A lot of us didn't even have these type of expectations coming in. I said before the season, I said this front seven is pretty decent. They are going to be good. The secondary was the question mark, and it still is. But, if Boykin and Ross Cockrell, or whatever his name is, if they step up, then our secondary should be pretty decent. They've been playing good. I will admit, the defense was the scary part. They were supposed to be the part that was struggling, but last night it was the offense that was struggling, honestly. They didn't do nothing in the second half. If they would have gotten anything, Scobie, 2 field goals missed. If they would have, that's all you needed was one out of those 2, and you probably would have won that game. If you got both of them, the game's over. 26-17 with, a minute and a half or 2 minutes left, and the game's over. It's over. You won. But no, the field goal misses the kicker misses the field goals, and when that happened, I was like, oh, we are in trouble. But so went to overtime, got to receive it, and then we went for it and didn't get it. I agree with going for it, but not the play calls. I do not understand those. The defense too. I called before the season he was gonna be a beast, and he's got 3 sacks in 3 games in a row. 1 sack per game. The defensive line's playing good, except for we did allow a pretty good amount of yards for set. We were holding him until he got a few big gains. Then once they were doing a play to the right, I don't know, like a trap or some kind of trap play or something, but I feel the defense wasn't the problem. I thought they played great considering the situations they were in. They stopped the Ravens 3 times on 4th down. Fake field goal. At the end of the game, when Flacco got sacked on 4th and 10, which should have been the end of the game, and then when they went for it on the Joe Flacco sneak, and they stopped him 3 times, and still we lost. Still, this is so frustrating. We had this game won, and they absolutely blew it. They shot themselves in the foot again, and this is what Pittsburgh does. They can beat anybody when they don't do this kind of crap. They can beat anybody. I honestly gotta think that. They could have beaten New England. They could have. But it's just how it is, It's whatever, but honestly the defense played good. Got that fumble strip that was crazy. I've never seen it like that before, but got an interception. We played good. 5 sacks. Add in Shazier next Monday. Add in Bryant. I honestly think we can. I think we can beat the Chargers, and I think we will beat them. So that's the recap. It's just so frustrating. Of all teams that Baltimore got the first win against, and it was against us, and I called it on my picks. I said Baltimore's going to beat us, and I knew it. So that's the recap. I didn't want to think about it because it's just so discouraging. There's a lot of positives and a lot of bads take from this. The positives are the defense I think the defense is good. I think this is one of the better defenses playing right now in the league, honestly. And some goods are Vic didn't turn over the ball, but he did him off a snap. Bell's gonna lead the charge, but the only bad thing is Brown I'm not really surprised because there was only 3 days of chemistry building and getting first team reps. But I think we'll come out next Monday, and I think we'll beat San Diego. I think we'll be looking to open the playbook a lot more for Vic on passing plays. So expect Bell to continue what he's doing. He's an absolute beast. He's one of the best running backs in the league for sure. Look for Brown and Vic to start connecting more. They just didn't give Brown enough chances. They need to go to the quick screen game with him. If you can get him moving, he misses 2 guys, could be a touchdown. You never know. He's just that great. He's just that athletic. He's just that elusive. He's just that fast. He's shifty. So that's my recap. It was so heartbreaking. We had this game won. We had it won and just blew it. But honestly, I don't think the Ravens. I really didn't see anything good for them. If they, they're 1-3, but Do I really think they're going to do anything really? Honestly, no. I thought they would be good, but the lack of receiving weapons is their problem. Forset's the problem. The last night was the only good game they've had running wise. And the defense without Suggs and no secondary, really, I really don't see them being that good. Honestly, they're going to finish third. Cleveland will finish fourth, and I think Cincy will finish first unless we start winning. I know we were winning, but unless we keep up with the Bengals and then Ben comes out on fire, it's the only way. But I think Cincinnati will finish first. I mean, who knows? It's anyone's game. It wouldn't surprise me if Pittsburgh finished first because they do have the best team in that division, I think. But, yeah, so that's the recap. It's been a long video. Adios.